I didn't wake up that morning thinking my entire life would get flipped upside down before lunch. I thought it was going to be another boring travel day, another airport, another seat by the window. Headphones on mind somewhere else. Instead, it turned into one of those moments that forces you to see the world exactly as it is, not how you wish it were. It started small, it always does. A look, a tone, a pause that lasts just a second too long. I was already on the plane, early boarding premium cabin seat 3A this time. Window. I like the window because it gives me something to focus on when my thoughts start drifting, and because nobody climbs over you to get out. Simple preference. I dropped my carry-on in the overhead bin and turned toward my seat, and that's when I noticed her purse. Big. Designer. Sitting right where I was supposed to sit like it belonged there more than I did. The woman in the aisle seat didn't look up. Mid-50s, maybe perfect hair, sunglasses still on indoors, tapping her phone with that sharp little impatience people get when they assume the world should wait for them. I stood there for a moment, gave her time, then said as politely as I could, "Hey, excuse me, I think that's my seat." She looked up slowly. Slowly enough that it felt deliberate. Her eyes ran over me from shoes to face, then back again calculating. I've seen that look my whole life. The look that decides who you are before you open your mouth. "This seat is taken," she said flat, like she was talking to a waiter who got her order wrong. I smiled, still calm. "I'm in 3A. That's my boarding pass." She glanced at my phone, didn't touch it, then laughed. Actually laughed. "No offense," she said, leaning back, "but first class is full. You're probably in economy. Or maybe comfort plus, if you're lucky." That's when the humor part of my brain kicked in, the part that's learned to survive moments like this with a little sarcasm. "Trust me, I said I wouldn't be standing here if I wasn't supposed to be." Her face tightened. "My bag doesn't go on the floor," she snapped. "It's expensive." I nodded. "Then the overhead bin works great." That's when she crossed her arms and said it. "You people always do this. Try to pressure someone into giving up their seat." The words weren't loud, but they landed heavy. A couple people nearby looked up. I felt that familiar heat crawl up my neck, the mix of anger and disbelief, but I kept my voice even. "I just want to sit down." She stood up suddenly, invading my space perfume, sharp enough to sting my eyes. "Don't threaten me," she said, pointing a finger at my chest. "I know how this goes." That was the moment I realized this wasn't about a seat anymore. This was about power. About who gets believed. I stepped back, hands open. I called for the flight attendant. She arrived, quickly, professional smile locked in place, but I could see the tension in her shoulders as soon as she took in the scene. The woman didn't even let her speak. She launched into a story about being harassed, about feeling unsafe, about how I was aggressive. Aggressive. I hadn't raised my voice once. The attendant calmly explained seat assignments, rules, asked her to move the bag. The woman's voice got louder. "I don't feel safe sitting next to him," she said, clear enough for half the cabin to hear. You could feel the air change, like someone turned down the oxygen. Then she pulled out her phone. "If you won't protect me," she said, "I'll call someone who will." She dialed. Right there, emergency services. I watched her thumb hit the screen and felt my stomach drop. I warned her quietly that making a false report was serious. She ignored me and started crying on command, telling the dispatcher she was being threatened, that she was scared for her life. Reality bent in real time. When I reached for my phone, she screamed that I was reaching for a weapon. People gasped. I froze for half a second, then slowly pulled my phone out and started recording. "I'm recording for my safety," I said, loud enough for everyone to hear. That sent her spiraling. She told the dispatcher I had something in my bag that could blow up the plane. That word does things to people. It shuts off logic. Within minutes, airport police stormed the plane. Guns visible. Orders barked. I complied instantly. Hands up, phone down, knees on the carpet, cold cuffs around my wrists while she sat there nodding like justice had arrived on schedule. I won't pretend that moment didn't break something in me. Being calm didn't stop it. Being polite didn't stop it. Being right didn't stop it. What stopped it was witnesses. The flight attendant spoke up. A guy a few rows back said he recorded everything. Showed the officers the video. The story cracked. The officer looked at me, then at her, then back at the screen. His face changed. Subtle, but real. They uncuffed me. Then they asked her to stand up. She lost it, screamed, cried, claimed conspiracy, but the damage was done. She was arrested for false reporting and making a bomb threat. As they walked her off the plane, phones were everywhere. No one cheered. Not yet. It wasn't celebration. It was release. I sat down in my seat finally. My hands were shaking, not from fear anymore, but from exhaustion. The flight attendant apologized. I told her she did the right thing when it mattered. By the time we landed, the video was viral. Here's the part people love to debate. She lost her job. Her name was everywhere. Her social circle evaporated. Some people said it was too much, that she made a mistake, that she didn't deserve her life ruined over a bad moment. But here's what I keep coming back to. It wasn't a mistake. It was a choice. A choice to lie. A choice to weaponize fear. A choice that could have ended very differently for me. I didn't win because I yelled louder. I didn't win because I embarrassed her. I won because I stayed standing long enough for the truth to catch up. And not everyone gets that chance. So here's my question for you. Where do we draw the line between accountability and punishment? When someone lies in a way that puts another life at risk, what should justice look like? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I really want to hear them. And if you've ever been judged, dismissed, or underestimated in a moment that mattered, share your story. You're not alone.